It took somebody getting an abortion for me to realize why I miscarried last year. Not enough folic acid. Can you believe that? My skinny ass has to go on a diet. If I want to have a kid, even if I don't plan on having a kid anytime in the near future, if I want one, I have to go on a diet. So being that I'm already like healthy, I have like a decent diet, but I'm missing key features for sustaining a secondary life. This, I guess, is going to transform into supermodel. Supermodel package. And at that point, I really have to just start deciding that I'm not fucking with the same. I can't fuck with you anymore. First, you don't take me as seriously as I should be taken. One. Two, like if I have to upgrade, like I was already a little bit too much. Like I was bordering being too much for you, but with a need of an upgrade. Like I'll admit I have a lot of room for improvement. I have a lot of things that I want to work on for myself. But at the same time, um, I'm no plain Jane either, even at my plainest. And so then like I was just like, you know what? There are girls who have way less going for them than me. No offense, ladies, who are demanding way more quality. And if I have to increase my standards, first of all, no one has liked my picks in the past. They thought they were too low, including the ones who try to play me. You tried to play me, and no one thought you were worthy of me in the first place. You probably didn't even think you were worthy of me. So then, like, it really, I've been doing a lot of soul searching since my birthday's coming up. It's not me being arrogant. This is me kind of like, I'm taking more responsibility and control of my autonomous future. And um, not to say that I don't want a partner or relationship. It's just like it's not no longer going to be the defining thing, and my standards are definitely going to increase to allow that. One, because like okay, I'm going through my training again. I have a couple of trainers. Let's see. Elena says I can't be on both sides of the fences, so like no more horoscopes, and I need to be praying more consistently throughout the day. I mean, I pray throughout the day, but like I don't pray when I first wake up or when I first go to sleep. Maybe I gotta start asking myself more questions about that because I definitely do know that I have many. I do talk, just I could be doing more, and the horoscopes gotta go. Second, Bible's like I'm not even supposed to be just picking some dude like that. The person that I'm supposed to end up with is gonna be called to me based off of our calling. So like this individual has a calling on his life, and I have a calling on my life. And I'm one of those people historically, like if I look at my histrionics, I I shy away from my destiny. We all know I could be doing more. Like my YouTube channel could be way more lit than it is. Like it could, but then like I'm one of those people that like I'm not a faker. Like I don't think that I will see long term overall development in who I really am as a overall being, specifically me, the Crystal Corey. There's only one of me. There will only be one of me. Even if I have a child, it will not be the same as me. Therefore, there will only be one of me. I think my full manifestation can't be made off of. It's not going to be the clothes and the makeup and any of those things. And I'm really grateful that the modeling industry has such strict standards. Like, it's interesting. Everyone is on Instagram and they want to be a model and they put on all these things, but when you get casted for those real jobs, they wipe your face clean and make you show up in the plainest of clothes. And your job is to compete with a bunch of beautiful individuals who are able to do it with scat nothing on. And so, like, it forces you to define inner qualities that actually manifest outwards. And I'm actually grateful that I I've learned that, and that I hope to continue to develop intrinsically and extrinsically. Um, I actually was thinking about making like meditation outfits. To start with myself. I wanted to come home. I had this incident, two incidences, where I was just like, yeah, I don't want to go back to this situation. I got a little jealous over not a female, over a guy. Um, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing all the things that I could be doing. And yeah, I don't have the team, but um, I should be supportive. But then again, like this person doesn't even want my support. So like, I guess I was just like feeling rejected or left behind, or a little bit of both. And I was supposed to hang out with a friend, but I thought it was way more important for me to rush home and deal with these emotions first. I did like a video before this, which is already, it's currently uploaded, but I actually want to come back and look at these because I had a couple of talks with my coworker Helena, and she's actually my manager right now. Um, but I was talking to her, and a couple of things came out. First of all, a lot of times I start conversations with her, and it's just like I realized like some of the side projects that I started but didn't fully manifest because I don't have a team currently. Start to come out. Like a lot of people have found me to be. First of all, I don't really like the term nerd. I think it's an insult because you don't know how to deal with the fact that I'm intelligent. Like, or maybe it's over exploitive, like maybe I'm just like really really going on. But I was actually talking, we had a guest come in and her husband has Alzheimer's, and I guess it's been an ongoing thing. It's progressively getting worse. And when Helena told me that the husband wandered off after the wife told her specifically, but I mean, that's not part of what we're here for. And we weren't really, she didn't know what to do because he was so nice when he left. The wife said, don't let him leave. And I was just so, where is he leaving to? My mind went into a completely different direction until she told me he had Alzheimer's. I was like, that nigga could be wandering off to a bowling alley. He doesn't even know it right now. Be back in 5 hours. Um, but it actually made me think of this project that I started. I had initially started to become a psychologist. That was one of my lifelong dreams. When I had school teachers tell me that I couldn't focus on being an entertainer, they're like, "That's not a real job. You need to pick a job that requires an education." So like, psychologist was like my go-to. So like, from grades after grade three, they made me pick that because grades K to 2, I was set on being a model and actress and a superhero slash model stripper. Not model stripper. It was like librarian by day, stripper by night. Cause like I didn't know what a stripper was. I thought she was just a pretty woman in skimpy clothing. And I was just like, oh yeah, like in my house, Africans kind of dress halfway like that. Or specifically, my family members were were. So I was just like, oh, so I get to wear like more interesting lingerie at home with cool heels. I'll be a librarian like day because I like books. I save the world that way at night. I told my teacher that, called my parents on me. So, do you know what your daughter wants to be? They're like, she doesn't know what that means. I didn't know what that means, but I still have I still have aspirations toward those avenues, not the stripper part, the outfit, and you know what I mean. Does anyone understand what I meant by that? Whatever, fuck it. Anyway, but I went to AU post high school and decided that it wasn't for me because I felt like the industry was too reliant on medication. Saw some issues that I felt had more um, areas of research and exploration towards, I don't want to say holistic because it's not holistic, but that's not the term I'm looking for. Um, Factory indicators. So, like, I started talking to Elena about what I had discovered about Alzheimer's because I looked into Alzheimer's. Like, I always look into things that deal with like the brain, and because I was always curious about people's motives. That's why eventually I became a drama studies major because I still cared about people's motives. I was just like no longer interested in going into the field of psychology because I didn't want to. I thought I was going to be talking to people and helping fix their lives, and instead I found out that if I find out that they're bipolar, I'm giving them a pill right away, like no questions asked. Like, we'll ask questions once you're on the pill, and I didn't feel very comfortable about that because like my mom had a lot of side effects, not from mental medication, but just from being on medication. So like that's another reason why I'm a personal trainer. I actually found out the business model that I started for this company. I started about what time is passing. 5 years ago, I started this business. I didn't register, but I still have it. I have a website up and everything. Um, Body Whisper NYC, and like it's actually like this last year that I returned, where I discovered that my business is not just touching personal training. I would actually be like a three-tiered within the five-tiered training model of occupational therapy, physical therapist, and personal trainer, and that requires two extra degrees along with certification that I have to redo, and but I've been doing a lot of research and work into that. And so Alzheimer's came up as one of my research models because I guess like I was worried my mom was gonna get it, or maybe I would get it, or I don't think I would get it, but like I would. You want to prevent it. I'm a prevention specialist. That's my industry. That's my interest, prevention specialist. And so what I found with Alzheimer's is that like certain regions of the brain. I was just talking to her about this, and like I knew she was tired of listening because I was just like, it's interesting if you care about it, but if you're not, just no one wants to hear how like certain keys of music can affect regions of the brain and actually stimulate the brain to function in a more ideal way, especially for Alzheimer's, where was there calcification happening in the brain? I got to go back and review those documents. It wasn't part of my initial study because I was just focused on personal training, but then that's where I started to find that I'm interested in occupational therapy because I keep going into root causes and I'm really interested in rehabilitation. In fact, when I first started my company Body Whisper, my first clientele weren't people who are trying to lose weight. I actually hate those type of clients. I prefer athletes and senior rehabilitation because training wise, I like to work with people who we're going to progress them past their limits. You know what I mean? Like I'm an athlete and a model, so like when I got into my training model, I was heightening things that were already pretty strong and decent, and I was trying to perfect it towards the industry standard while having functionality. And so, unfortunately, like while I can help you lose weight, I'm not interested in those type of clients. I find them really boring, and I have to just be honest. I hate hearing about your eating disorder because you don't want to admit that you have an eating disorder. I hate hearing your speculative junctions about what skinny people do while you create issues for yourself by adapting habits that skinny people don't have and make yourself fatter and then complain. I hate the dynamics of fat shaming, but I hate more so skinny shaming and individuals who are working towards an ideal that and it's not that I don't have compassion or sympathy, like I do, but there's certain clients you just can't take on. It's more of a burnout than it's worth. Like you might work way better with another client because you work with me half of the time you're working with me. You're gonna be comparing yourself to me. You're gonna hate me. Like you're not gonna like to hear certain things from me. And so then like I'm not your ideal trainer unless you're ready. You've already put in particular work. Like I'm probably better for you in your rehabilitation if something happens to you, or I'm probably better, you know, for soft pudding, and I'm actually trying to work on like pregnancy work, especially since I found out that I have to increase my folic acid, and it's been like a really big concern of mine for like the future about how I'm gonna maintain, reboot, and so like I have an interest in that, but I'm just completely honest. That's why I don't offer my services that much, or when I do offer training models that are geared towards lose, I would rather put you guys in a group and make you guys feed off of each other and train you guys systematically that way than sit with you one on one and hear all of your complaints and excuses of why you didn't do the routine that I gave you and how you think you're going to diet off the weight when you need to burn it off in addition to your nutrition plan. And that's why I would prefer an athlete because athletes are funner and I can actually do. I have a training model where I literally need to swing a stick at you, and these are weapons, and I would be working with some people with this, and that's the training model that I would like, and that would be what my business model my idol trainee would be. It's not to say that I can't train you. It's just that I only have so much time in my life. You know what I mean? It's like, man, if it's a charity case, say it's a charity case. But if it's a payment thing, then like I gotta be passionate about it. And I'm sorry, certain things I'm not passionate about. Again, maybe I should go into the other part of the healthcare where it's just like I do care about the seniors. Most of my clients were seniors. I was working with people with spinal issues, people hip issues who've had reconstruction surgery. You know what I mean? Like I have a soft spot for seniors. Um, but like that's rehabilitation. They're not worried about losing weight at the time. They're worried about functionality, and I'm really, really interested in that. And I have to just be frank with that, especially since I work in like the food industry. So like I see so much shit that you just get burnt out dealing with people's fucking. I don't got time for it, man. Get your shit together, like because at that point it's just like you're not paying me the therapy fee. You know, physical therapy, personal trainers take on like minor psychology like role. Like I literally have to break some mental habits in you in order to get you to work. And I'm absorbing your mental thing, especially when you think you're going to be holding your money. You see that I have not been taking clients because I don't need your money that bad in that industry for you to burn me out and make me lose my graciousness off of you trying to attain a goal that might be. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'd rather train basketball players. I'd rather. They're funner. They're funner. I said I'll do you group training. It's different in group training, but one on one, I'm gonna charge you. You're not. I'm not charging you $25 to sit with me for an hour for this shit. Like one, I'm going to work your ass off, and two, you will pay me the 175 an hour that my fee requires for my training methods. If you want private lessons, otherwise you take that group class like a fucking soldier and shut the fuck up, or you don't. I don't care. Not care. I got other things I want to research into, like why you're going to get Alzheimer's, which I also think they're environmental stressors. You know, people are purposely stressing you out. That competition model, yeah, that's creating your anxiety. Yeah, some people are making you sick, and I'm motherfuckers. You can't, you can. I will knock your ass out before you make me sick. That's what I'm saying. I was like, you know, some people are repressing things. Like maybe he's repressing certain things that he just didn't feel like he could say, and because he locked away that little area of his brain to not access, to not keep us, to not keeping secrets. I was like, you know what I mean? There's so many different things. There are even nutrition factors because like afterwards they were like he can't have wheat. I'm like inflammation, dietary, a lot of different things I want to research and continue in. And yeah, I guess this video is mainly me kind of like resolving and being very aware that this is what I'm going to be doing. And I am going to say no to clients because I can. Because I can. And if you don't like it, guess what? The market is wide open. Fuck you think this is? I'll close this business down and go work somewhere else. Then open another one with a different name. Bitch. And I think I have to get to that point because you have to like that was part of my project management, which I have to take my exam this month. I have to study for it, but it's just like part of your procurement documents is you have to decide what you're worth. And if your client can't pay you your worth, don't take the fucking contract. You don't need it. You're gonna be doing way more work than it's worth, and they're not even gonna try to pay you. You got motherfuckers trying to get a deal on a deal that you already given them, stress you out. I'm helping you, not the other way around. We help each other. But it's my training methods. Like I had to do the background work before I even met you today. You don't say anything when your psychologist or your doctor says that you're getting this lump sum bill because they spent 4 years training. Okay, I said I spent 5 years training and I still have to get an extra 8 years for the occupational. So then, like, don't hate on me, bitch. I turn around, I just go model. How about that? I won't even help you. I just shut the fuck up and not be a trainer. Train myself. Take pictures of my underwear. You think about that one right there. Boom.